It is never too early to imagine those first buds of spring turning into flowers right in your garden. Well, today we're going to help you make that happen with Deborah Ham. She's the owner of Blueberry Hill Gardens and Landscapes in Munson, and you're here with a great project.
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming. I see a lot of what looks like mess to me, but to you, it looks like something like this. This is the final product. So let's get right to it. How do we make a stone planter?
Actually, I did a lot of mixing outside because when you do mixing, I do things in parts. So today I use this as a container. You can use whatever you have in the house as a part.
Okay.
And the recipe I'm using is going to be 3 parts peat moss, 3 parts perlite, and then I do 2 parts of Portland cement. And that's important because it is Portland cement. It's not...
oh, so that is important.
Yes.
So it's not just where the cement's from?
Exactly. It's the type of cement it is. So
Gotcha.
It's nothing in the small bag. The downside is it usually comes in like a 94-pound bag.
So the first step was then making this recipe.
Yeah, and I always use your personal protective gear. You want to put on your safety glasses.
All right.
Your dust mask and gloves. And mostly that's because your cement is has a chemical reaction with water.
Oh, okay.
And with your eyes being water, your lungs and all that, you want to really protect yourself. So I did mix this outside so we didn't have to do that.
So we're safe in here.
And then I just added water. And a little of the trick is, I don't know if you want to put gloves on. And
yes, I do. Of course I do.
So you just add water till it gets a consistency, and mostly it's, I'm just going to add a little water because I mixed it up.
So you don't want it to be watery?
No, you want it to almost be like when you're making meatballs, I would say. So you kind of mix it and you have it to the consistency so it kind of folds in your hand like that.
All right, let's get to it. I bet I can do this.
So then I like to look for containers, like you can around your house, tag sales or whatever you want. I use plastic a lot inside my containers because it also makes, as you can see on some of them, like nice little ridges and crevices.
Yeah.
So that makes them a little interesting. So you just start by flopping it in the...
So right now we're making a mold, basically.
Yes. Yes.
How expensive is something like this? Are all these parts relatively cheap?
Yeah, your peat moss you get in bales, it's very reasonable. Your perlite and actually your cement. The most expensive is your perlite. And most of and I kind of like to push it down a little bit, and you want to keep your sides about 1 inch to 1.5 inches while you're working.
Okay.
So you almost just kind of keep molding it with your hands. You kind of turn it around. Sometimes it's easy on a little
This is easy. This is a fun family project too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even if your kids maybe they aren't into gardening, who's not into getting
and
their
the best
hands
thing
in
to do,
cement?
and the best thing is if you go out in your yard, you grab a big wheelbarrow, you mix it in your wheelbarrow, you got your hose, easy cleanup.
It's probably an outside project.
More of an outside. Yeah, I've downsized it quite a bit.
Yeah, I would think so. And this is one of those things too. If you were to go to a store and buy something that looks very similar to this, you're paying a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's very reasonable. And actually, I started playing the other day. I was a little bored, went out in the greenhouse, and I added tiles and stones to the top.
How long does it take to dry?
So for drying, you're going to want to leave it in your mold for about a week. I like to the slower concrete cures, the better and stronger. So I kind of like to turn the bag up. You can do a little misting if you like, nothing too particular. So
then if you were just real quickly to add things like this, at what point in the process would you add it?
I usually do like on the topiary. I do the ceramic tiles right in the top like this. I might have a spray bottle handy to kind of put that in. These I did afterwards for the first time. I'm kind of experimenting, and with that I actually used a mortar that you do like for tiling.
Well, it looks great. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but thank you so much for sharing this with us today. We can do a glove shake. And to see this segment again, we have all the steps for you on our website, mymassappeal.com.
Thank you.